as I creep to the line. You can best believe I hit and I won't miss. Yeah. You can best believe as I creep to the line, I hit and I won't miss. Say more. You can best believe I creep to the line and I hit and I won't miss. You can best believe when I creep to the line and I hit and I nigga.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. You already know what time it is. It's your boy Big Truck here at the King's Table. We're going to get into this one. You know, it's just a huddle. What I like to do is call all kings to the table, calling all men to the table. And all we just do is huddle up and we just have a little, little discussion here and there. Recapping over some things that happened, current events that took place, and what we've learned from it as men. There's a lot of things that we can learn from current events, and that's why we talk about it. And it helps us to become better. And that's the thing, becoming better as we grow, as we go. Man, hot damn. First, shout out to Ciroc. If you have not tried the Ciroc, the coconut flavor, go try it. But, with this Somalian chick and my thing, even with other islanders in Caribbean, I'm half Jamaican and Samoan. So, and, we got some dysfunction in all cultures. But one thing I cannot stand is when one want to sit up there and disrespect, especially black men. Men, period. Especially hard working, loving, caring, giving men, protecting men. Men that walk in their masculine. Men that know who they are and whose they are. Men that if they don't know something, they're going to research it. They're not going to just take things and run with it. That's why you always see a picture of this lion right here. Sometimes we need to be reminded of who we are in the season of our life. Shout out to all the positive creators out there. I mean, too much to mention, but it's a lot to mention, because I remember when I was going through my time in the wilderness, there's certain people that I paid attention to. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, who I've had like one conversation with, and media tutorials and reviews, Ize, Pink Book Lessons, there's a lot. O'Shea Duke Jackson, Please Act Right, and Charles in Charge, the Coffee Pod. These are brothers that, Anthony Spade, these are brothers that I listen to and still listen to, AQ, him, and Don't Feed the Birds. But these are brothers and sisters, and Miss Michelle, these are brothers and sisters that I listen to, because it was something about their video that stood out to me that helped me in my time, in my need. You never know who you're going to help. And please, click and share this video. Let this video go viral. The individuals whom I just named, please reach out to them if you're followers of their content as well, and let them know, man, I'm new, the King's Table is coming. Bringing back the masculine man. We're having the conversations at the red table. We're having the conversations at the water cooler. We're having the conversations on the sideline. We're having the conversations in the locker room. When I retired from professional football, Arena, Team USA, now being a corrections officer in law enforcement and celebrity bodyguard, so I know what it means to protect. And when I'm dealing with clients, I let them know before we hit the scene This is how this gonna go. I'm gonna set the stage, and this is how it's gonna go. Okay, big truck, you got it. So when I'm hearing stuff like this, I'm like, wow, I'm gonna comment on it. And shout out to my brother, Mr. Angry Man. When I'm hearing, it's like, damn, that's messed up. How you gonna bang on men? Let me dive into this. Once again, I don't do things for clout. I don't do things for attention. I just bring truth to the light from my own experiences. Because it was other people's experiences of that I just mentioned that helped me. So I'm just doing the same. I'm an advocate for men, for black men and black women that stay true to themselves and stay true to the game. I don't support foolishness. And I'm not going to back foolishness up because you're a woman or because you're a man. No, if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. So we're going to get into this. Shout out to my boy K Spade for sending this video to me. I haven't even looked at it yet, so we're going to look at it together. And as men, what do? We spit fire. And also, shout out to Manosphere Highlight Daily. That's another brother. Let's get it.
Alaikum. Rhoda here to remind you that every time you lie to somebody, you're taking
salam.
away their choice. You're taking away the ability for them to make a decision that's good for themselves. And that's why I always lie to the people of the global minority and men.
See that shit? You see that shit? This ain't nothing new. She already told you. She already told you. Let me put down my Ciroc. She already told you. So this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. A large number of you women, can't say every woman, can't say every man, but a large number of you feminist women, a large number of you male simps, y'all should be ashamed of your damn self. Like, wow, y'all are a damn fool. And the reason why, and I have to piggyback off of Mr. Angry Man on this one, I'm highly upset because this heifer done classified all men, you black men. Somalians are black. Even though I'm half Jamaican and Samoan, I'm black. Maybe a different type of black, but I'm black. The fact that you sit up there and said, now Nan Man helped you. See, we don't need to go through all of this again because the more we start breaking it down, man, shit start hitting home and start. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I made a video about black women and preventative protection and how if you want someone to protect you, you're going to have to listen to them and try to avoid being in dangerous situations.
And if somebody out there listening, anybody know this sister? Send her this video. I need to hear from her. Once again, anybody out there that follow this sister on any social media platform, share this video with her. I'd like to hear from her. Much love and respect to this queen.
And because you guys didn't like what I said, I received death threats. People wish that someone would bust my car window and pistol whip me. People wish that some people or that they themselves could find me and hit me with a brick.
I wish they would. Baby girl, come to Vegas. I got you. I got you. I wish they motherfucking would. I'll come for them real quick. I work law enforcement, baby girl. I got access. Trust.
All these young girls that are out here that are still wet behind the ears but are aging like milk and bananas calling me old. I'm not expecting y'all to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, because I know y'all don't care. But I'm going to say what I want regardless because I don't receive my self-worth and validation based on what people say about me online. I proudly grew up in a time before all of that. And my self-worth and validation is based on my principles and my character. Some of y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. So I'll say this again, for the people that have sense, preventative protection is the best kind of protection.
So Urban Dictionary defines a pick-me as a woman that is willing to do anything for male approval. She'll embarrass or throw other women under the bus to achieve this goal. The unfortunate thing about a pick-me is usually the men that they are trying to seek approval from are of poor quality and treat women badly, leaving little benefit for the pick-me. You know, I actually agree with this definition of a pick-me. However, I think we've been using the term too loosely, right? So in my estimation, like a male version of a pick-me is that homeboy who always tries to play fight, or he always tries to joke with you by insulting you when women are around, right? He wants to joan, he wants to talk about how he beat.
Shout out to this brother too. I'll get his name and all that later, but shout out to this brother. And you know, I agree. And when we talk about pick-me's and all of that, with that being said, there's a large number of women, especially when they have these fake ass expectations that they know damn well they ass can't even measure up to. And I have to go back even to what the sister said. You know, she learned from men. I'm doing a series called Kingdom Men. Shout out to Tony Evans. I'm doing my series called Kingdom Men. Okay, where I'm dealing with men. I'm sitting down, I'm sharing, Tony Evans is speaking, and I'm taking us home. Women can chime in too, but my main focus is the men. Kingdom men building. Men knowing their worth, men knowing their purpose, men letting go, bringing back masculine man, because there's too many feminine men walking around here, and I just gotta say it. I just gotta say it. But then you got good black women, or good women, period, like, where's our masculine man? We're feminine, we're fun, and we're fit, and we're ready. We know how to love and ready to love. We don't care about how much you gotta make, because as long as you have an income, I have an income, we multiply our income, we have more than enough. I don't have a problem with 50-50. I don't have a problem with teamwork. I don't have a problem with bringing something to the table. And you're not gonna hear, I bring myself. No. What you're gonna hear me bring to the table is love, peace. I'm gonna pray with you. I'm gonna stand by you. I'm not gonna stand in front of you, behind you. I'm gonna stand beside you, with you. I'm gonna encourage you. When you come home, I'm gonna have a dinner cooked for you. I'm gonna cover you with prayer before you leave the house, because the things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis as a man, I need you to come home safe. So I'm gonna cover you in prayer. See, that's that traditional woman. That's not this modern, I'm a boss babe, I'm a boss bitch. No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. We don't do that. We don't do that. And shout out to the stepfathers out there that aren't given enough credit, that aren't being acknowledged for the good that they do. We won't talk about that, but guess what? As a man, I'm going to step up and I'm going to say it. Kings, we got to get back in place. Queens, you have to get in place. A man that finds a wife, he finds a good thing. But a woman who finds a husband, she also finds a good thing. So it's two good people that find each other. Let's get it.
Beat you in arm wrestling 5 years ago only when women come around. And obviously, I think there are female examples of that. Maybe it's the girl who similarly talks about how your makeup looks bad or how your dress might look bad when other men are around, straight as a community.
And to the ladies who have never had a man love them enough to try to prevent something bad from happening to them, you honestly have my sincere condolences. And to those of you who say, why don't you just tell men to stop abusing women? Why don't we hold them accountable? If telling someone to stop being an abuser, a thief, or a murderer worked, then the prisons, we wouldn't have a need for prisons. None of that would exist.
After I agree with what she said, because I work in a federal prison, I know. But also too, my thing to the woman is stop picking those type of men. You see? Women, ladies, you said yes. Regardless of what type of man he is, you said yes. You didn't have to pick him, but you did. You didn't have to open up your legs to him, but you did. We got to look at that small point right there.
So excuse me for living in the real world. I'm a very proactive kind of person. We can't change what happened in the past or things that have already happened to women, but we can help minimize the risk of those things happening in the future.
Ultimately, when it comes to the archetype of women that we see, it boils down to who are we incentivizing with our attention. Unfortunately, as men, we are visual, we're sexual, so our priorities tend to be visual and sexual, and those women are not always reasonable and intelligent. So that's how you see the Carly Russells. That's how you see, the bride who refused to say her full vows.
When I heard that, I sat up here and I said, well, I'll be damned. Not only that, but the brother laughed. The brother laughed. She laughed. They both laughed. I'm like, ain't that a bitch? That marriage ain't gonna last long.
That's how you see the women on The Ultimatum, one of my last case studies. Because ultimately, some idiot dude, because maybe she looked good or maybe she coerced you into a relationship that now you can't get out of, is incentivizing her behavior and is ultimately incentivizing that behavior at large because other Carly Russells, other women like Roe Reacts will now see that, well, it doesn't matter how bad behaved I am. It doesn't matter if I lie, if I cheat, if I steal. There will be people to jump to my aid, jump to my rescue, because they have to fulfill this desire to keep black women in that perpetual victim role with no.
And this, and what the brother's saying is real. And this is where us men have to continue to have those conversations and say, you know what? Nope. 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 Hell to the no. Hell to the no. We have to continue to stand for what is right. Shout out to the men that did their research during this time. Shout out to the men that sat back and said something wasn't right. And they did their research. You see, that's the thing. Because large number of women would do their research when a man fucks up. Oh, hell yeah, they'll do their research. But when a woman fucks up, oh, no, we don't talk about it. We just let it go. Sweep it under the rug, still support her, show some love, be compassionate. Damn that. I'm not compassionate for foolishness. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And when you're wrong, you need to be held accountable. Because I'm going to get in your ass. Not enough people get in people's asses when they're wrong. But allow them to make an excuse to justify why they did what they did. There's no excuse. I work in a prison. I hear it all day. Folks got more excuses than a hooker going to church. But you in here. It's something you did that landed you in here. I'm not the judge nor the jury. But there's something you did that landed your ass in here. There's evidence that proves you did something, whatever it was.
No nuance and no discussion about certain ways that we make our lives harder, certain ways that we put ourselves in harm's way. We just want to focus on how it's other people's responsibility to keep us safe.
The fact that nobody is questioning the fact that this woman deleted her TikTok.
I know the world coming to the end now because I just seen a white woman come to a black men's rescue.
Yup.
And they rescued us from the tyranny of black women. I never thought I'd see today.
Shout out to that white queen. She did her job. She came hard. She came hard with the evidence. Like I said, I already done my research and spoke to who I needed to speak to. I don't do things for clout. I don't need to post any and everything. I just sit back, crack open a cold one and watch my show. Drink my Ciroc, coconut, sit back and watch the show. You ask me, I'll tell you. Not gonna volunteer information.
It's crazy. And what's really sad is that ain't now one of these women that bashed us gonna get on the internet and make an apology. Because they are scared of the word accountability. They don't want to hold nothing accountable but black men. We the reason for everything.
Don't worry about it, King. Because here's the thing. Elohim, Yahshua HaMashiach himself, he knows. And that's why the men are chosen as such. You notice I said men. I didn't say ninjas. I didn't say boys. I said men. The masculine men, half the time, for the most part, when you know you right, and you do your diligence, and you humble yourself, and you walk in love and peace, others will fight your battles and come to your aid. Even if it's those you don't know. Take that to the bank.
Now it's coming out that it's a hoax. There was no guy with a brick. I've heard some people say she injected herself a saline solution. I've heard other people say it's an allergic reaction. I've seen a clip from 2020 where something similar happened. Apparently she was beaten up, according to her, because she wants to be a doctor. Regardless, I think it boils down to we as men are giving these problematic ass women the audacity to move the way that they move. And
we got to stop doing that. And you got to start holding them accountable. This grizzly, this hyena, this 99-cent mophead got into an altercation with 4 women and they whooped her ass. She got into it with women but blamed men. Just like what happened recently. Even the 2 witnesses said she got into an argument with a woman and a man. Well, I don't know, but let's just say maybe she put paws on her. Maybe they both put paws on her. I don't know. But she damn sure didn't get hit with no brick. Because if you would have got hit with a brick, your ass wouldn't have been filming. You wouldn't have enough strength to film. You'd have been knocked out. You would have been bleeding. But yeah, I can see it. I can see it. you inject yourself with saline and had a reaction. I can see that, a combination of two, and then go to a clinic and have it drained. Yeah, I see that. That's more realistic. But at the end of the day, she played y'all. She played y'all like a fucking fiddle. What did King T say? You get played like the funky piano.
When I see some of the men, I saw them on social media when I did a stream. I had one conversation with a brother who insisted that every woman is deserving of protection.
This whole narrative that, which I'm embarrassed about, is really steeped in fear, and I believe more of black men saying, "Oh, I told you so," because look at her Instagram and so forth and so on. It's just justification.
It really paints a picture of how insidious this thing is, and how we don't realize that our actions, our defense, is incentivizing counterproductive and problematic behavior. I remember when I posted the mugshot of Carly Russell, some of the comments that I got were, "Damn, but she's pretty though. She looked good though, she's cute." And unfortunately, there's gonna be some idiot dude, because Carly might be thick or he might think she's pretty, who's gonna wife her up. That's the reality. And
if he does, I feel sorry for him. Ain't no booty worth all of that. Men, let me ask you a question, men. Have you ever met a woman, your family was having a family outing, and many of y'all can relate to this, and you brought her as your guest with you to that family outing, grandmama, and you know grandmama. Grandmama from the old school. Grandmama don't play. That discernment. Grandmama used that discernment. Grandmama sit there and listen, let her talk, and grandmama already read her like a book. Grandmama read her like a book the moment she walked through the damn door, but didn't say nothing. Bring her to the family function. You introduce her. She, hello. Grandmama pull you aside, and Big Mama too, your mother, pull her aside, pull you aside, and have that secret meeting. You know what that secret meeting is. Where did you meet her at? That woman had a rough life. There's something off about her. She got an evil spirit. Don't bring her here. My advice to you, son, drop her off where you picked her up at. She ain't the one for you. What do you mean, Mama? What do you mean, Grandma? Eyes don't lie. You look close enough, you can tell there's somebody else inside her besides her. She's very deceiving. And if you ain't picking up on this, and you don't take heed to the warning that I'm giving you, have your family members ever had that meeting with you, men?
As long as that continues to happen, as long as we continue to incentivize a mother, she's a mother of a boy, and only God knows how he's going to grow up. Only God knows what his out.
When you feel nonchalant about them, they want to seek your validation, they want to seek your approval. That's usually when they put in the effort, pursue you, and treat you the best.
We're having conversations, or at least I'm seeing conversations being had about decentering men, right? You see a lot of people on TikTok, women, feminists talking about, decentering men, which is basically not conforming to the male gaze, right? So, like, women have been saying for a number of years now, we don't get dressed for y'all. We don't put on makeup for y'all. We don't do anything, basically, for y'all. A couple years ago, women refused to shave their armpits.
And you know what? I'm like this. And that's fine. That's fine. Women, large number of women, you can do what you want to do. I got a passport. I can go elsewhere. I can go overseas and find me a wife and be good. Y'all can have that. It doesn't bother me one bit. And see, a lot of men are adopting that now. A lot of men are saying, you know what? You ain't got to be feminine for me. That's cool. I just remove myself. That's all you got to do. Simple as that. Remove myself. I can go date a woman of another community. I can go date another woman of the same community, but in a different place. I have options. If that works for you, then do it. Like the sister said on Coffee Pot, if you think you're lonely now, wait until the first. I'll be long gone. Yes, I will. Wait until the first. When the skeletons come out the closet and start chasing your ass around the room, memories, and they get you like a ghost.
And it was a sign of rebellion, right? They were rebelling against the patriarchy and the oppressive nature of the male gaze and, sense of black women. It's okay for them to be dragged. And I'm not seeing anybody coming out and apologizing to black men at large or black men at the event. Now that it's coming out that this is made up.
No, but you know what? But you know what, though? But you know what?
But I think ultimately we as black men,
as a black man, as a strong black man, I apologize for the other men that had to go through this unnecessary bullshit. Because it is clear as day that this bitch was lying. All the evidence has been proven, has been laid out before you. You had black men who did research. You even had a white woman who did research and said, look, I'm going to let that marinate as I take another sip of my Ciroc coconut. Hey, but you want to sit up there and come for all men. Hell yeah, we pissed. Yeah, we do deserve an apology. Last time I checked, only a few women apologized. They humbled themselves and apologized. Ain't that a bitch?
and protect you is somebody who you are under their jurisdiction. Because sometimes protection isn't overt jumping out and jumping in the middle of. Sometimes it's guidance. And if I can't guide you, I can't protect you.
The only woman I'm going to protect is my mother, my wife, and my household. That's who I'm going to protect.
As we saw, Erica Lachey was being dragged on the internet simply because she made that point. Simply because she had the audacity to say that how women protect men is to make sure they're not putting themselves in situations where those men might have to risk their freedom or their lives in defense of her.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's world where, as a woman, I want to enjoy all the privileges with none of the responsibility, we're not willing to have these conversations. And it really ticks me off when I see these dudes on the internet, these quote-unquote woke dudes, these liberal guys like Conscious Lee, refusing or maybe just ignorant to the nuance and the additional context that's necessary when talking about things like protection. Because in real life, it doesn't work like that. It's not until you have to consider, would I want my son patrolling the streets like Batman? before.
No, I agree with you, brother. I agree with you 110%, brother. And to add to it, the masculine man or the kingdom man, here's the thing. One of the things that I've learned is you can't protect everybody, you will not protect everybody. Like my man, dear friend, acquaintance, Professor Griff, he always says, we have to learn to look into things instead of looking at things. I always tell people, don't be quick to go protect a woman or a man, especially you don't know them and not knowing what they've done. Well, it shouldn't matter what they've done. Bullshit.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
I'm going to find out what the deal is. I already told y'all the story and shared with y'all the story. I'll do it again. Husband and wife walking, heading to Walmart. You see a couple fighting. Man beating the brakes off his girl. Husband tries to go step in. Wife tells the husband, stay out of it. You don't know what happened. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. It's not worth it. Stay out of it. He goes in anyway and breaks them up, gets in the middle of it. Protects the girl. Boyfriend pulls out and you already know what happened next. If the husband would have listened to his wife, he would have been alive. Be careful. Know who you're protecting. I will not risk my life to protect some woman that I do not know. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care if she agreed to give me some yum yum. No, it is not worth you losing your life or your freedom. Because I guarantee you, yeah, you can go in and assess and take care of the situation, and she'll turn on you too. I done seen that happen. When, you know what? Just stay out of it. Stop going around protecting people you don't know and not knowing what the hell done happened. Find out what the deal is. If it's not your wife, your children, your mother, or those in your circle that you know, then shit, the devil is a lie and his mama too.
Or you take a step back and realize that, oh, it's not that simple that just random men should jump at the defense of random women despite
Ain't gonna happen.
women's behavior prior to or.
But I will say this though, my brother, you got some simps that will. You have some simps that will. Now, if it's an elder, if she's an elder and she minding her own business and she gets assaulted, hell yeah, I'm gonna intervene that. I'm gonna intervene that, cause that's the elder. And 9 times out of 10, an elder ain't did nothing wrong to deserve to get jumped on. You better know. Don't let these feminist women sit up here and throw shade on men. Continue to throw shade on men. Oh, they won't protect us. They won't protect a black woman. Yeah, they will protect a black woman. Their wife, their daughters, mothers. Oh, those black men will protect their women. But a black man ain't gonna protect a random woman, a random black woman that he does not know. Because will a black woman protect a random black man that she doesn't know? That's a damn good question, ain't it? Let that cook you with that one for a minute.
During an altercation. And what's funny, what's hilarious is some of these same people who were pissed off at imaginary black men for not protecting this woman and her fictitious story have been threatening a woman who they've labeled as a pick-me. They've been threatening her safety. They've been hoping that bad things happen to her. And it really just shows and demonstrates the hypocrisy of some of this pseudo-liberalism.
So, like I said, I pray that people share this video and like this video. Since they praying for bad things to happen to her, well, guess what? I pray that blessings happen to her. I pray that she has favor. I pray that doors, unexpected doors open for her. I pray that God continues to shine light on her. That he continues to protect her, continues to protect her household, that there's a protection over her household. I pray for blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings for this sister. And those, whoever follows her, please share this video and let her know that Big Truck at the King's table praying for her. And for y'all to sit up there and come for her, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Boy, I wish y'all come for me. Please come for me. I'll start it off. I'll come for myself. Can somebody else please follow? Since y'all are big mad, big and bad, don't want to hear the truth. Don't want to hear the truth. But soon as somebody spit the truth, you have a problem. You're in your feelings. Because this sister spoke the truth. She didn't give you no feel-good Kool-Aid. Y'all are fucking pathetic.
This nonsensical feminism. And the fact that we adopt these blanket statements, protect black women, defund the police, Black Lives Matter, and we don't talk about some of the complexities,
Let's not get into Black Lives Matter. I'm going to give y'all a hint. We all know that's a scam too. Oh yeah. Need I say more? I'll talk about that one too.
of the nuances, some of the layers of these things. It demonstrates our ignorance, and it actually demonstrates our unwillingness to actually truly confront and solve these problems. Because we'd rather just bitch and moan and hope other people solve it, without even considering if they are incentivized to. Ultimately, I don't know if this is a hoax. There's a lot of evidence that suggests and supports that it is. But in this culture of Carly Russells, of this potential hoax, things are going to get bad. And unfortunately, I think things are going to get bad for our sisters, because now when something actually happens, when there actually is a Carly Russell that's honestly been abducted, there actually is a Rory X who's honestly been assaulted because she didn't give a man her number, our reflex is going to be, are we sure? And I think women in particular should be more angry at these women than anybody else. I think black women in particular should be more angry than anybody else, because these women and their actions are setting women back. And if we refuse...
My thing is this here, and I'm going to let it be. When it comes to doing what is right, when it comes to using common sense, most don't understand that. When it comes to doing what is right, we should do what is right only when it comes to woman. Overlook the bad that she did, that they've done, but do what is right. Show sympathy. Protect them. They were going through something. It was this, it was that. But when it comes to man, we're going to throw the book at him. When it comes to man, oh, he's this, he full of shit, he ain't this, he's that. We're not going to have the same sympathy for him. But we want sympathy for women, even though they're wrong. Bullshit. And this is why a large number of women behave the way that they behave. And this is why a large number of men, they come to their senses and say, you know what? I know my worth. I know my value. I am of high value. I'm not going to settle for this. I'm not going to accept this. I'm out. I'm going elsewhere. Will I be appreciated? Will I be loved? Where teamwork is valued. You see? Like Kevin Samuel said, wintertime was coming. The roosters are coming or crowing. Men are going their own way. And the more women expose themselves, they expose themselves really, especially when you sit there and let a woman talk. But I don't know. What do you think? We're going to wrap this one up. Men, kings, your boy Big Truck loves you and appreciates you. Okay? Everything is going to be all right. Keep knowing your worth. Keep growing. Continue to have conversations with other men. Continue to share and encourage other men. Lift each other up. Watch what's going to happen. Please tune in, like and subscribe. I have more videos coming. I'm new. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow a platform, a strong platform for men. Like I said, I want to do live. I'm going to be doing that. There's a whole lot of other things that I'm going to be doing. Conferences. So it's a process, but I'm willing to go through the process. Please leave me your messages. I read them. They are important. You are important. Until then, shalom.
And the ice on this, niggas get this when they see the ice on the wrist. Watch how they stop and stare. Look, try to take a glare. Come close but can't compare. As smoke fills the air, deep bits taking over this here. I'm about to change the game, get it out the frame. You'll die real slow trying to remember my name, trying to remember my name.